Hi everyone, I'm Dave Mulvan. I'm here with Mike Godwin to my right, Dan Schultz to my left. We're going to be recapping this past week's action in the A division. How's everybody doing today?
Doing great.
Doing great?
Mm-hmm.
Mike, you good? All right, let's start off with one of our best games this week, Drunk Monkeys versus ACC.
ACC let me down. I predicted them to win this game. I really thought they had a shot.
I think I predicted them to win this
Maybe
game.
you predicted them to win this
Did I
game.
tell both of you you were stupid when you picked that?
It was a good game.
Doesn't mean anything. You
65-58.
won.
You know what? I made a picture of
Drunk
Monkey.
Monkeys.
I think it was-
16
You guys both
straight.
went with the safe pick.
Yeah.
16 straight.
Yeah, 16 straight wins.
I got a really good question for you guys. What's going to happen first? The Sixers win a game or Drunk Monkeys lose a game?
Oh. What's more impressive, streak?
That's not even a funny question. That's a serious question. I don't know.
What's a more impressive streak?
I think,
Well, they're both doing it on purpose.
yeah. I think the Drunk Monkeys winning streak is more impressive. Because, I don't know.
No, I gotta go
Sixers.
with the losing streak.
You figure you would win one once every 16 games.
I mean, all you have to do is score more points than the other team, right?
That's true.
It's that easy.
What do you think? You think Drunk Monkeys are going to lose first?
I thought you were going to phrase that
win?
another way. I thought you were going to say, when is Drunk Monkey going to catch the Shooters Club record?
Nah, that's not going to happen.
It's still a long way away.
It's not going to happen. Lawrence is actually threatening, not threatening, but
Well,
he's
no,
talking
he's-
about retirement at the end of this season if they do beat.
Really? That's admirable. That's fine. He's probably, what, his early 30s? It's time to go.
He only
Add him to the list,
He
right?
only
Yeah.
had an average game too, 15 points, 7 rebounds,
Yeah, typical Larry.
no blocks.
15 points and 6 to 13 shooting under 50% from the field. Just ridiculously low. Overall pretty good game. 15.7 rebounds. 5 guys in double figures for Drunk Monkeys. Again, when you have multiple guys in double figures, you're going to be in good shape.
My question is, where was Steve Lee? Was he there?
He was there. I need some more shots out of him.
Yeah, over 1 from the field?
Mhm.
That's it?
That's it. The guy who made the top 6 with three-point shooting, the three-point shooting
Over 1
contest,
from the field.
took only 1 shot.
Talk about a bad percentage.
We have from ACC, Isaiah Mason, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Mo Jackson, 11 points, and Trevon Moore, 11 points. Outside of those guys, not much help. But I don't know. I think this is actually promising for ACC because they showed they could hang in there with Drunk Monkey, and I think they could beat them.
No, I do too. The fact that, Drunk Monkey, they're a high-octane offense. And they usually produce like at least 70, 80 points. So the fact that ACC was able to hold them to 65 points, I mean, that shows that if you can play that kind of defense against the best team in the league, that's extremely good. That's a huge step going forward for them. Even though, yeah, they lost by 7, I think if they played them again, they could definitely have a shot to win.
Next up, we have it's got to be up there considered. We had a lot of great games this week, but this game had, in my opinion, 2 of the top 3 teams going at it. The best squad versus the crew.
Is the best squad going to have to change their name since they lost?
No, because I think they could still end up winning a championship and then still be called the best squad.
Fair enough. It's weird because I thought this game would be like in the 70s or 80s. It was 51 to 47, real low scoring game. Only 44 shots for the best squad, 37 for the crew. That's really. Do you chalk that up with the great defense, or that's just a
Not
really
to
low
turn
shot
defense
total?
up in a game like this.
Yeah, no, that's true. But just like, especially a team like the crew that just like puts up 90, 100 points every week. Like, just very surprising. They only had 51 points this week. I mean, it was good enough to get the win, so you can't fault them for it. Vernon Sharp had a very good game, 17 points. Corbin Horsey with 11 points. Danny Rodriguez with 10 points. Danny Rodriguez with 10 points. Holy
I
cow.
haven't said that in a while.
Yeah, wow, that's a long.
5th of the offense.
Danny's still alive? What? Oh, okay.
He's not retired
He's still
yet?
playing basketball? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Well, I didn't watch the entire game. I was walking around. I knew you
I videoed it.
were able to watch the whole game. We'll
Yeah,
actually have
that's-
that up soon.
Some of it looks good, and parts of it look like the Blair Witch Project. So I did my best with the filming. We'll see. I think it came out all right. That was a joke, Dave. Okay. I think it came out okay.
Both teams shot a lot of free throws. What were they, just hacking? Hacking Howard?
Yeah,
Although it was a physical game.
there was a lot of
Hacking
hacking. There was a
Howard.
lot of hacking going on, and I'm not sure one of those hacks the player ever said, "Yeah, that's a good call. That was me." I think every single call was, "Oh no, come on!"
Now there
Every
was
single
there
one.
was no fouls.
No fouls ever. No.
Never is. In any game.
Yeah. Well, Lamar Shore's showing up, 17 points for the bet squad, but
They,
that's not
they
even-
needed him this game, but they needed a few more out of him.
Yeah. Well, no, not. I mean, 17 points for one player is all right. I would say you need a few more out of your other players, like Derek Savage had 9 points, but Tamar Cartwright 0
He assisted
points.
Derek had.
Only 3.
Only 3.
And early on, I heard him yell, assist number 2. So I guess he only had 1 after that.
Selfish.
That's his number.
That's just selfish.
His jersey number. That's why he yelled number 2.
So it could have been 1 or 3 at that time.
Yeah.
I just assumed he was
Yes.
letting them know that he had to
Mhm.
assist.
Well, that's nice of him. But in the end, his team lost, and now the bet squad has a loss on the board finally. They are no longer undefeated.
No, so that's good. I mean, the crew separates themselves now. So now all we have to find out is who's our number 1 seed between Drunk Monkey and the crew.
I think it's going to come down to week 8.
Dan, is there going to be any movement in the power rankings after this game?
No. I mean, well, not for the number 1 spot. Now, Drunk Monkey's still number 1. They've won 16 straight games. How can I put them anywhere below number
Well,
1?
the crew asked me. They were like, "Hey, do we move up to number 1?" I was like, "Did you beat number 1?" So
That is the only. I was about to respond very angrily, saying no. Like, why would you think that? Drunk Monkey's won 16 games in a row, and as much as it pains me to give them any kind of respect, I have to. So, yeah, sorry, not right now.
next up, we have Dynasty versus Bird Gang. And at first, when I saw the Dynasty won, I felt a little bit shocked, and I remembered this isn't the same Bird Gang team. They now have Mark London, who once a proven winner has now become proven loser.
Lose.
I don't know. Mark can't seem to find a win anywhere these days. So,
I don't even think he plays in the games. He just shows up.
does he just show up and watch? Was he
If
on
he-
time at least?
If you look at his stat line every week, you wouldn't even think he was there. I mean, you show up late and then I don't even want to read the stat line.
Yeah, he was 3 of 6 and 2 of 4 from 3 for 8 points. Man, he sucks.
John?
He's just terrible.
John Bird clearly did everything he could to try to get a win. 37 points, 7 rebounds. He even threw in 2 assists.
And 2 steals.
This guy needs
And
help.
2 turnovers.
He needs help.
He got some back in Rodney Duncan.
Oh, he?
But I don't know how they add a player like Rodney Duncan and Dynasty, who we'll talk about that in a minute. We'll give them some credit, but who has had a rough season.
Yeah.
Turn him on for his playoff time.
Bird Gang was your baby team last year. You were so proud of them. They were growing up right in front of your eyes, and then they got knocked off in the first round as the number 1 seed, and they just stick that in the tailspin.
Well, you know he's still mad at him.
Do you think everyone on Bird Gang should retire after the season they've had? Just never play
No,
basketball?
but Bird Gang does this. They have a bad season and they have a good season. It's every other. So they were due for a bad season.
Okay.
But as long as they win a playoff game, they already had a better season than they did last
That's
season.
true.
Knocked out first round. So regular season, they realized, isn't that big of a deal.
So they're mailing. Okay, I see that strategy.
Let's talk about Dynasty. Let's give them some credit. Especially Omar Turner. 29 points. 9 for 12 from the field. 8 of 10 from three-pointers. Was there any defense?
19 of 27 from
Yeah,
the
read
three.
out there 3.
That's even tough to like.
What percentage is that, Dan? Come on, you're good with that.
That's at least 67, 68%.
That's pretty good.
Ridiculous percentage from 3-point range. It's
Some
tough to shoot.
Brown-like numbers.
It's tough to shoot 19 of 27 when you're open, yet alone in a game like
Yeah.
this. So I'm going to guess that Bird Gang was playing absolutely no perimeter defense whatsoever, and in the end it cost them. I mean, if Dynasty shoots like, I don't know, even 50%, Bird Gang probably wins this game because it was only a 3-point game, 3-point win for Dynasty. But I got to question Bird Gang's perimeter defense and their heart. while
Even
I'm at it.
Bird Gang was, what, 47, 48% from 3.
Yeah, okay, so
Pretty
just
good.
in general, no one knows how
Yeah.
to put I guess everyone just ran at people and didn't put a hand up to try to block the shot, I don't know. But very surprising win. Bird Gang is obviously not the team they used to be, but I thought Dynasty, I thought they would at least be Dynasty. But Dynasty shows they have a little life in them now, so.
Will they make a run for the playoffs? In the playoffs, I mean? Bird Gang?
Bird Gang.
Mikey, I'm gonna cut you there so you can cut out your speech impediment. Kill my lunch.
That's definitely staying.
Boys. Will they make a run for a run at what? Run. Where are they gonna run?
Come on, you know this all getting cut out.
No, I'm
Boys,
gonna leave it now.
I like what
I'm
you're
gonna do
doing.
this
Next
video.
season, shirts and ties will get you a table so you can wear your dress shorts on the bottom, clean it up, and get you shoulder to shoulder. Or I have those half moon tables. We'll get this thing looking right.
We always need improvement.
We'll also get a
Well, you can't do it
retired.
right the first time.
We'll also get a retired.
There's nowhere to go.
We'll get a retired hack league player to for his expert analysis.
I'll
on
call Jimmy
ESPN.
Porter.
Yeah, exactly.
See what.
Thanks for sitting in and telling us what we did wrong.
Hey, no, nothing wrong.
No, that's what I mean, fixing it. Fixing
We're
the
gonna make it
problem.
better. We're gonna make this thing legit.
Improvement every time.
You're welcome back anytime.
Thanks. I've been eating lunch there for the past couple of weeks. I'll see you in a bit.
So back to this game.
Okay, is that staying in?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good.
Oh, no, it's not.
I'm gonna do this video. It's gotta stay in. Keith
Still got
Turner
a
with
speech
14 points. Marvin Turner 14 points. Kyle Wilkinson 18 points.
So you had 4 guys in double figures and 1 guy near 30 points. 85 point total. Yeah, that's a good game. That's just a good all around game from everyone. That's the dynasty I believed in all along, and they finally showed up. All that, you know, all the stuff I said about them in the past was building to a game like this, and they finally proved they might one day be a dynasty. One day.
They're turning in the right direction. Bird Gang. I don't know. Maybe we'll chalk it up to a great offensive performance by Dynasty. That's what I'm going to chalk it up to.
You're too nice.
Next up, we have Tigers versus Aflac.
When are you gonna stop doing that? Every time you do it, they lose.
Well,
I think that's statistically right, actually. If we were able to do research on that, yeah. Not surprising.
This was actually a pretty close game in the first half. Then Corey Lemons kind of took over.
It's about time. Corey Lemons. I mean, he's been having an okay year, but this is the first game. 20 points.
Okay
14
okay
assists.
year.
He averages almost a triple double.
Hmm? Oh no, he doesn't.
You obviously don't look
No, he
at the
doesn't.
stats.
Well, come on. There's been some games where I've been like, really? He's a yelling.
I think the first 2 games of the season he was quiet.
Okay,
But I think since then he's taken off.
that's what I meant.
he averages
That's clearly
like
what I meant.
19, 8, 8 or
That's
something like
he
that.
he can average a triple double.
You saying he's not trying?
Listen, when I see him, I'm just going to call him Oscar Robertson from now on because that's what he should be averaging a triple double in this league. That's what he should be doing. I don't want to hear close to a triple. I want to see it a triple double
I
average.
mean, what more can you ask for from your point guard
A triple double.
than
Average.
19, 8, and 8?
I can ask for 19, 10, and 10. I
There's
can
been
because
one
he's
player
capable of
ever
that. He's
average
capable of that. He's capable of averaging 19, 10, and 10.
One player that ever averaged that,
Who?
Oscar Robertson.
Yeah, well, that was the NBA. This is a hack. I think he can average in the hack.
It translates.
I'm trying to motivate him to average a triple double, and then when he does, I'll take all the credit like I usually do. It's perfect. So anyway,
Usually when you say it, it doesn't happen.
I would say 33% of the time I'm right.
That's not a bad percentage.
1 out of 3.
With the Tigers, we have Kendall Wishman with 16 points.
Step answer over.
Quana had 14, only 6 rebounds though. I expect a double-double out of Quana Chase every single week.
Just like I expect a triple double out of Corey Lewis.
He didn't serve a double-double?
No, he did not.
I didn't say there's anything wrong with your expectations, just like I expect, I mean, if he was on a different team, I'd expect 20 and 20, but he gets a lot of help on this team,
He
so
was extremely efficient though.
not
6 for 8.
Yeah, but only, no, I'm not worried about the scoring. 14's acceptable, but only 6 rebounds. I need him to hit the offensive glass a little bit harder. Only 1. Quana, help me out here, man.
Stacey Grady, only 5 of 12 from 3-point range.
You call out the negative. Not that he had 15 points, but you go straight to negative town and call out his 5 of 12 from 3, which isn't that bad. It's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but I don't know. It could be better.
That's a good percentage. He made 5 3-pointers.
Out of 12. That means there were 7 that were missed. Probably terrible.
They probably rimmed out. They probably rimmed out. They were not missed terribly. Stacey never misses a shot terribly. We'll look at Rock Anderson, 23 points.
Is that his name? Rocky?
Rocky Anderson, Rock.
Call him Rock.
The Rock.
Oh, that's a good nickname.
The
I
Rock.
like that. That's a cool nickname. 23 points, yeah, 6 rebounds. No, Tigers are loaded. I mean, they're still probably. I don't know. I don't know what I had them in my power rankings, but I think they're still one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah, they definitely haven't been forgotten, but you know, we still have Drunk Monkey
Yeah,
with no
well,
losses, and we still have the Crew with no losses.
It's tough. Now that the best squad.
Dan just says every other team is their number 3 in power rankings. Behind
No, I said.
Drunk Monkey and
Well,
Crew.
I said the bet. Well, okay. Drunk Monkey, the Crew. I had like the best squad at number 3, number 4, but they dropped down with this loss a little bit.
So Tigers is
Tigers probably moves up a little bit.
Who did the Tigers lose to earlier this season? Was it the Crew?
Possibly.
I think it was.
I think it was. Yeah, but we'll see. There's going to be some movement in that 2 through 7, 8 slot for sure. But Affleck, I can't believe you guys didn't mention the biggest, elephant.
Well,
the
we're
big elephant
getting
in the
ready
room.
to. Let's work our way right to him.
RT Plumsky, 5 of 9 shooting. Okay, you say okay. That's good. That's good. 1 of 4 from 3-point range. And he didn't have any classic, like, I'm used to the classic 2-8-8 RT Plumsky showing of 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2 points. He had 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists, and his team loses by 22 points. I think
You might as
there's
well cancel
something
out
there.
those 2 assists and call them 0 because he
Yeah.
also had 2 turnovers.
Exactly. So it's like, what is he doing out there? Like, I mean, when he does that 2-8-8 stuff, they're usually like pretty competitive. But I think you got to pin this loss on him because he selfishly puts up 9 shots, 4 of them 3-pointers, 3 of them which he misses, and ultimately his team loses by 22 points. I think there's something there, and I think you got to look deep into Affleck's offensive structure and what they're doing there.
You know what? I'm not buying into this anymore.
What do you
I'm
mean?
done messing with RT.
Mike,
He had a good game.
you were at
His
this
team lost.
game. Does he need to abandon the 3-point shot then?
Don't ask me questions like that because I'm not answering them anymore.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
You're
on
the-
RT's
You know what your
side now.
nickname is? The politician.
I'm
That's your
on
nickname.
RT's side now.
You're the politician.
All right, let's talk about some good performances from Affleck. Travis Brown.
That wasn't a
18
good one?
It was actually a good
I would
performance.
take 10, 6, and 2. Jeez.
11,
But it's in the losing
I'm not
effort.
going to sit here. It was 11, 6, and 2, not 10, 6, and 2. You
Sorry.
had 11 points. Don't try
I
to
told
slide
you I'm
by
not
1
standing
point.
for you guys ripping on RT.
Travis Brown, 18 points. Trayvon Hawkins, 12 points. And Derek Clutchery. Is it Clutchery?
Clutchery sounds cooler, but it's probably Clutchery.
Yeah, well, it's close enough. 16 points.
The back of his jersey says clutch. So
Clutch, I like
Go with
that. I like that name. It's a good
They
nickname.
had 5 guys in double figures for 74 points, and most of the times that'll get you a win in this league. But
On a serious note about Affleck, a good team. They have had the toughest schedule maybe in the history of the Hack League.
the computers hate them.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, some of these teams we didn't even know were going to be as good as they are that were on Affleck's team. So, you know, I think they'll be okay once playoffs
yeah,
hit.
they're gonna make a run in the
They need,
playoffs.
they need better schedule insurance from here on out so that they don't have such a hard
Schedule
schedule.
insurance.
Yeah.
I think they end next week with like the Tigers or something. No, they already played the Tigers. They ended with someone good. Let me check here.
I'm prepared.
ACC.
Yeah,
Oh
it's a
my
very,
God.
it's a very, very tough schedule.
Another tough one.
But you know what? They will be tested by the time they get to playoffs.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's for
They
sure.
played the
If anything,
Crew, Tigers.
Hot shots, probably, right? Maybe they played.
Yeah, I think so. They did. ACC.
This is all gonna. It'll all be good for them when they make the playoffs. It's probably like a mid seed, and then they'll just. They should run the table for the first couple rounds, but we'll see.
We'll see.
That's a few weeks away.
Our team brings his best performances to the playoffs. So the best is yet to come.
Oh, okay. That's good. I look forward to that.
Next up, we have Blue Devils versus WSI.
What is going on?
WSI.
Blue Devil Nation.
They're back.
What's going on?
What's
They're
going on?
back.
They won the game.
By 2.
But WSI's back. Jeremy Jean's back.
Yeah, but WSI was coming off a win. Mike Boyd a couple weeks ago, 38 points.
I know, but
He struggled
WSI is
this
getting
game.
hot, and the Blue Devils were able to cool them down a little bit.
Mike Boyd struggled this game, but all I gotta say is watch out for WSI in the playoffs. Jeremy
Listen.
Dean is back. Mike Boyd never went anywhere.
Just let him go for a little bit.
What?
Mike Boyd was 1 of 10 from 3.
That's fine. He's coming off a 38-point game.
Let's talk about these Blue Devils for a minute. You do have a reason to be a little bit concerned, but let me talk to you. Let me talk to you about this for a minute.
Yes.
We have Joe Ciani, Sally's alumni, Pat McCusker, Sally's alumni, Frank McCusker, Sally's alumni.
I'm seeing a theme here.
3 players. Salesianum just won the state tournament on Saturday. This game was on Sunday.
Now tell
You
me-
know they were out celebrating?
Tell me what that has to do with anything.
Well, I'm just saying they were probably out celebrating the night before from the big win.
They went to Sally's how long ago?
They're alumni. We
Ooh, shots fired.
call them old.
No,
That's personal.
I'm not calling them all.
That's personal.
Disrespectful.
You know what? That's disrespectful.
I know,
and
Milo.
it's personal.
I know if AI won the state championship.
You don't think
You'd have a-
Tigers?
you'd have a
You
nice-
don't think the Tigers team isn't most of their team from AI?
Yeah, but they're
You
not.
don't think
gonna
they'd go to the
out-
game?
They
So-
might go to the game, but I don't think they're going to go out partying.
So if AI wins the championship,
you're
you
saying-
just have a nice quiet night at home and read a book or something?
Yeah.
Go to bed?
So you're just saying you're bad alumni.
No, I'm not. Where were you? You weren't partying. You're Sally's alum.
No, I was partying.
Then you would.
You said that in the most non-convincing way possible. Oh, man. Oh, no, I was.
CJ Brown continues to lead this team in scoring, 17 points. I expect a little bit more out of CJ, but I guess it's acceptable for this week.
It's
Uh,
okay.
Pat McCusker, 16 points. I believe Pat McCusker's brother, that was on Sally's team, just got Player of the Week. Just giving a lot of love to my former school.
You guys have high standards.
Which is the better?
Here we are in our game. You had 5 points, I had 4 points, you had 0 points, and you're ripping a guy who had 17
I had 1
points.
point.
1 point, sorry. You're ripping a guy who had 17 points.
That's what we do. I rip
That's what
myself
we
too
do.
on a weekly basis on here.
That's what we do, yeah. I don't ever factor my game in, especially into
We're talking about the A division first of all.
Yeah. So,
Well, B division I treat it a lot differently.
We all know in the A division I put up 25 a game. So.
Yeah, I mean everybody can drop 30 in the A division.
It's the A division. I mean, come on.
If I moved up to the A division, I'd have to be dropping 30.
So, which is a better McCusker now? Is it Pat? Have we decided?
I was telling Dave.
Well, Pat
yeah,
made a
it's not.
very, very appealing argument about
I
he
saw
had
that.
he had better looks, he was more athletic, he was stronger.
But they're on an every other week thing. Frank had a better week in week 6. Pat had a better week in week 7. Frank will probably have a better week in week 8. Pat probably had a better week in week 6 or 5. It's just every other week they have.
So the McCusker family's inconsistent,
No, if you put
Is
them
that what
together,
you're
they're
saying?
real consistent.
but you're calling them inconsistent.
No,
By
if
saying
you
every
put
other.
those two together.
Is that what you're hearing, Dan? Inconsistency?
No, I'm hearing consistency because someone with the last name McCusker has a good game every week.
There's a lot of McCuskers, so.
Consistency.
Next up, we have Rock
You
Nation
guys give me a headache today.
versus
I'm,
Toon
I'm
Squad.
just sitting here listening to you.
Give me a
Toon
headache.
Squad gave this game away.
But they still won. Wait, no, they lost by 1.
They
I
lost
thought that
by
was
points.
66. I need my eyes checked.
I don't even remember who I picked in this game.
I picked Toon Squad to win this game.
I don't think you did.
I think I might have picked them too.
I
think might
probably
have
picked
Toon
Rock
Squad.
Nation then.
Gosh.
Usually whoever wins.
I was almost right in predicting Toon Squad to win 3 games this year. That was probably not going to happen.
These are two similar teams. Just style play. You're not going to have. I mean, Lonnie Ward had 19 points, but both teams you're not going to have. I mean, maybe Julius will drop over 20, but you're not going to have too many players that are going to score that much. It's usually spread out. A few
Yeah.
points here, a few points there.
I'll tell you what, Rock Nation, Julius had an off game, and they still win. That's huge for them going forward. Because if Julius, basically, if you told me, all right, Julius Gray had 11 points, I would have been like, they probably lost by 15 or 20 then, right? Not so. Now we have Darnell having put 15 points. Anthony Dugnoski, oh man.
Dutchnoski.
Dutchnoski, sorry.
That's a good last name. I like it.
13
That's
points,
easy
4
to
rebounds.
That's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, I mean, I like the way you guys just pronounced it. Teamwork too.
I started to say Anthony, and then I saw the last name, and I was like, this should be fun. Yeah, so, and then, a couple guys getting 9, 7, 6 points, so everyone's starting to chip in, which is huge for them. And we already know they're a good defensive team, it's just, it really comes down to offensive efficiency and making sure that everyone is consistently touching the ball and scoring, and not just putting all the offensive load on one guy.
I look at Chris Nixon and I see 2 for 2. Why is he not shooting more?
Because he prides himself on his defense. He saves all of his energy
I
on
was just gonna
defense.
say that.
But when you're playing that efficient, you take 2 shots, you make
I
a
agree.
move. I would like him to find a way to get some more shots up.
I agree.
Maybe go 3 for 3 next week.
I agree. I mean, I think Chris is a really good player. I think he tries. Number one, he tries to fit into the team first, and then maybe if his offense is
That's a
coming to
good
him.
player.
Yeah, no, that is. That's what he
Can't
should
be
do.
selfish in this
Yeah.
league.
So I'm not going to sit here and have you try to call him out on his offense. We're not going to sit here.
We're not standing.
I have
for
higher
it.
expectations of Chris.
We're not standing.
Maybe you
for
guys
it.
set the bar for Chris low. I had it real high.
We're not sending it low. We're just saying.
And I expect him to jump over
He's
that.
doing what he needs to do.
Toon Squad though.
You're ripping
It's
his
not
game
enough.
after
It's not
a
enough.
win.
It's not enough for me.
Toon Squad though. You got to win this game. If
They
Julius-
needed it.
If
They needed
Julius
it.
has an off game, you need to win this game.
Now, they were missing Ryan Pellegrino, who is good for at least 2 points, if not 3 or 4.
So you're
Right.
saying if he's there, it's a 1-point victory, or maybe
I don't
3?
know. I mean, you can't go with those what ifs. I'm just saying, Ryan let his team
At the
down
end
this
of the
week.
day, it's a win for Rock Nation.
Well, DeAndre Jordan, Derrick Henry, he did all he could for, Toon Squad, 12 points, 11 rebounds, but, ultimately, they had 4 guys in double figures, they needed that 2 or 3 points from Pellegrino to win the game.
Next up, this is the game I've been waiting for all season. Urban Promise only loses by 4 points. 45 to 49 to here we go again. I wish I was here. Were Urban Promises fans, Mike, since I know you were here, were they going nuts?
Yes, it was a huge crowd too. That whole part of the gym was filled with their fans.
What the heck?
Look at their
Here
shooting
we go.
percentages from Here We Go Again.
What happened? I leave for 1 week. I'm not here for 1 week to see them play, and this is what happens.
Do you think this is the most disappointing performance for Brendan O'Brien? Not what we think of him, but do you think in his mind this is the most disappointing performance in his career of basketball?
Yeah.
I think there was one time when he was 7 where he had a worse game. He was like 7 years old, where I think he shot 1 for 14. But this is the worst game since
Holy
then.
I
cow.
think Urban Promise had a great, what's that called, game plan. If you look at the free throws here, 29 free throws for Here We Go Again, and only 1 for Urban Promise.
Holy
Well,
cow.
I don't
They
know if
watch
it was-
film and they're not very good at free throws, so they just
They went
hack
22 and 29, which, for the A division isn't, it's good. It's above average. Not great.
So 5 to 25.
But their game plan was just hack everyone in sight. And it worked.
It appears that way, yeah.
It worked.
29 free throws is the one that might be the biggest disparity
The
I've
blueprint
ever
is
seen.
out.
Holy cow.
It's out.
Hackett, here we go again.
Yep.
Well, come on, all right. You didn't have Jake Royal. He's good for 20, 25.
Oh, Jake's good for 30, 35. Don't
He's
sell
not good
short.
for that if they're just hacking him.
Yeah.
It's
All
called a
right.
game plan, Dan.
I can't believe the score was this close.
Let's give some credit for Luke Orr, 17 points.
William Masada with
5 or
12.
6 from 3.
Yeah, that's a great
They
three-point shot.
beat up. Here we go again on the boards. 53 rebounds to 31. There's your stat right there.
The way we're talking about this, though, if we didn't say the score, you would have thought, here we go again. Lost. But you know what?
Here we go again, still
2
talking
teams
about
won in this game. Here we
Really?
go again won, and here we go again, actually, even though in a winning effort, it feels more like a losing effort. But Urban Promise has arrived. They're here. Nobody thought they could do it, except for themselves and all their fans. There are millions of
And
fans.
they helped out every other team in the league. They all know how to beat Here We Go Again now. Every single one of them knows.
And could come back to get them in the playoffs. Next up,
Are you feeling an Urban Promise playoff victory this season?
oh man,
All right, let's settle down over there. Let's settle down. Let's take a
I
deep
mean, they're
breath.
coming off. If they play well this week,
they're getting better and better every
that's what
single
I'm saying.
week.
Watch out for them.
Urban Promise, let's go. Next up, we have Grim Squad versus Flight Skin. Now, the game says 67-63. Grim Squad, for the majority of this game, until maybe the last 10 minutes, had control. I think they were even up about 20 points at one point in this game.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's what one of the players said on the Facebook. Up 20 points.
I mean, Kyle Strickland for Grim Squad, 20 points himself. Joe Pullman, 16 points. But you look at Flight Skin. They battled. They clawed their way back into this game. Brian Dorsey is there. I think the score is somewhere around 52 to 55 or something in that ballpark. Brian Dorsey gets the ball in the corner. I'm like, is Dorsey going to do it? Clang, misses it. But he gets redemption. Next time down the court, he gets another opportunity and knocks it down. That's the Brian Dorsey I know and love. If you try and don't succeed, you try and try again.
Was this an overtime throw?
This is a
This
vintage.
was an overtime thriller.
This
It was.
this is a vintage Brian Dorsey performance. We haven't seen this in a long time. 7 of 14 for 3, 21 points.
I'm seeing shades of playoff Brian Dorsey from last season. Didn't he have 34 points last season in the playoffs?
Did they lose though?
Yeah.
But still, Brian, he got his.
It's just vintage
When your
Brian
team name when your
Dorsey.
team name is Flight Skin, you have a lot to prove. Okay. And they proved it this week.
Dorsey, 21 points, 7 for 14 from 3, 50%. Got to give it to him. Alfred Wolfork, 19 points, although 4 of 22
Yeah, that's all.
shooting is concerning.
Yes. You still have, if you go 4 for 22 from the field and have 19 points, I'd say that's a pretty good game. Going off your shooting percentage. Because you look at 4 for 22, you're like, wow. But then you see
But-
total points, 19.
I know
19
this is a
points.
game that Grim Squad wished they had back.
Oh yeah.
It was theirs. It was theirs to win, and you know all the credit to Flight Skin for battling back. But Grim Squad knows that this was a game
It's
they.
going to haunt them
Yes,
for
yes.
the
this
rest
is
of
one
their
they-
lives.
Well, maybe not that long. Maybe
Let's
for
hope,
like
let's
another
hope
day.
Grim Squad gets a victory this week and gets some momentum going into the playoffs.
They need it now. Another
They
tough
play
loss
the
like that.
Tigers.
All right, our final game for the A division, we have Hot Shots A versus Brothers.
Hot Shots A, huge sleeper alert. Huge sleeper alert going forward.
No, I don't know if they're a sleeper. I mean, I think everyone knows they're there.
Yeah, but the league is so top heavy in terms of like you had so many undefeated teams up until this past weekend. Where I had Hot Shots at like my 6 or 7, something like that. Maybe I had them at 5, but I think they have a shot to take it all. And I know I said that last year, and I know they let me down after they were playing in the parade, and they got too fixed up and playing in the parade. But I really like this team. 28 points from Juwan Carter, 27 from Jeff Jones, 13 from Edwin. This team's loaded.
I heard Jawan Carter was pulling up from just inside of half court. Some shots
right.
and making them.
Good shot selection.
Absolutely. Then we look at Brothers. AJ Hicks continues to perform with only a little bit of help. 24 points.
12 rebounds, too. Don't leave those 12 rebounds.
And he
I was getting to it. I wanted to let the 20,
And he
24
told
sit.
you that they're not going to give Mercy again.
And he delivered. He
Yes.
delivered. I think we said it was going to be about. I think I said it was going to be like 28, 29 points. So they only lost by 22.
That's good.
Not bad.
It's an improvement. Step in the right direction.
But it shows how accurate our predictions are. I think we were all in that ballpark of not quite the mercy rule.
I think I said 22.
Yeah. No, you didn't. I just went along with that. I was like, Mike's talking, I'll agree with him, just so he feels better. You did not predict 22. You said Mercy Rule probably just like the rest of us. Maybe we said.
I don't think I
Did
did.
we say 25? I think I said 25.
I was around 28, I think.
Okay.
we'll go back and check all the archive videos. David Todd with 15 points. But yeah, I mean, you know, brothers, tough loss, but you're going against one of the top teams in the A division.
Yeah, nothing to be ashamed about.
How about Jaime going off for 6 points?
Going off, yeah, that's the correct term for that.
Where's RJ? RJ only 1 of 2. Why is RJ only taking 2 shots?
He had 3 and 3.
Yeah. He had that 3-3 game. That's why.
He probably got his 3-3 and he's like, all right, that's it. Good. Done.
Done.
Check it off the list. 3-3.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's the RT Plumsky
I
stuff.
think he's just trying to have every type of game possible.
Yeah.
Like a 3-2-1, a 3-3-3.
You gotta keep it interesting.
He probably has a list of like types of
7, 8,
games he
6.
wants to
I mean,
have.
let's be honest. He could have a 25-20 rebound game any game you want to. But you know, let's mix it up. Let's go something different. Get some
3-3.
different stats in the books. Yeah,
3's a good number too. So.
it is.
All right, that'll wrap it up this week for our recaps of the A division. We are going into week 8, which is our final week of the regular season. But we do have some games to make up, and they will be made up the following week. I'll be sending out a schedule on that. It might be out to you guys by the time this video is up, or it might be out a little bit later in the week. But we'll be sending out that schedule very soon. So, anything for you guys?
Nothing for me.
All right.
Week.
Great
Good
week of games. All right, thanks for checking us out. We will see everyone on Sunday.